What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, I was really digging the costumes, especially Ava. It was genius of them to make her Cruella de Vil. She wore that costume. I loved it. She did a phenomenal job rocking that costume. She really did. Sasha looked good in her costume. I liked a lot of the costumes. You know, Jax's costume was hilarious. I liked it. A lot of them, they all look good. Halloween, I would have to say not just Halloween, but fall season. Fall season and Halloween is my favorite time of the year. I love it. I know people always say, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving is their favorite time, but not for me. No, I love Halloween. I'm a big horror fanatic. I love it. I probably watched every horror movie known to man. Not really the latest horror movies, because I'm not a big fan of the latest stuff that typically comes out. Because it's all the same type of movie to me, like the whole ghosts and spirit world, and I'm more of a serial killer kind of horror movie. You know, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Cry Wolf that came out in 2005, Saw. I would say probably the first 2 or 3 Saw movies were my favorites. Candyman, I loved it, except for the third Candyman. I wasn't too fond of that one. I can't wait for Candyman, though. The 2020 one that's coming out next year, I cannot wait. I think it's coming out June of 2020. I cannot wait. But yeah, I'm a big horror movie buff. So, you know, I love Halloween. I love seeing people dress up. It's my favorite time of the year. And plus, it looks beautiful outside during the fall, you know, minus the rain. But, you know, when you see the leaves coming down and changing, it's beautiful. You know, I like it. It brings, you know, puts me in a better mood. So anyway, getting into this, Jordan. I try to understand where she was coming from, because you know me. When I look at a situation, I try to look at it from everybody's point of view. I do. I just could not totally understand her point of view on this, as far as TJ potentially proposing to Molly. She should be happy that her son is not a player. I'm just saying. She should be grateful for that he's locked in on one woman. You know, he had his little indiscretion with Taylor, you know, Felix's sister, back in, 2013? You know, they had their little one-night stand in the back of the car. You know, I think they were in a limo or something. When I think they were going to prom or junior prom, wherever the hell they were going. They was going to a dance, and he slept with her or whatever. So that was his one little indiscretion, because that was during the whole Rafe COVID situation and whatnot. But other than that, he's been totally devoted to Molly. He loves Molly. I love the fact that Curtis was so supportive of him proposing to Molly and stuff like that. I love it. You know, at least he got one supportive parent. You know, I consider Curtis to be a parent to him too. You know, stepdad / uncle. You know, he's a parental figure in his life. So I love that he has that support from him. Jordan was just getting on my nerves. Like, she's sitting there. She was not happy about it. Him, you know, potentially marrying Molly and stuff, because she's sitting there talking about, oh, y'all were high school sweethearts and maybe you should explore other girls first before settling. First of all, he doesn't want no other girl. Second of all, he's not settling. He hit the jackpot with Molly, because what parent wouldn't want their child to marry somebody such as Molly? I mean, come on now. She's smart, beautiful, highly intelligent. She has a bright future ahead of her. You know, she comes from a semi-good family. I say semi because you know why. She got it going on. So why would you not want your son to be with that? Somebody who's driven, passionate, they're about something. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather your son marry some little thotty girl out here that's throwing the coochie all over the place, having babies, you know, ain't got no type of future, living in the hood, want to stay in the hood? Is that the type of girl you want him with? Because I see plenty of that over the years growing up. You know what I'm saying? That is not the type of girl you want your child to be with. You do not want your son to be with that type of girl. Same thing with parents who got daughters. You don't want your daughter to be with no hood dude, no bum, no somebody with no ambition. You don't want your kids to be with somebody like that. You want your kids to be with somebody who's smart, intelligent, has a future, bright future, about something. They not about, you know, being on the block, selling dope. Come on now. You want what's best for your kid. Molly is what's best for him, and he's what's best for her. I mean, look at Alexis. She wasn't fond of TJ when she first met him, because when he first came to town, he was a knucklehead, getting in trouble, throwing parties at her house, so she wasn't too fond of him. She didn't approve of the relationship at first. But over time, he won Alexis over because he changed. He went to school, he graduated, he was working, making his own way, not dependent on nobody. He went to school, he's currently in school, he's becoming a doctor. Come on. Like, he's about something. And Alexis, she's very fond of him, So I don't see what the problem is with the two of them getting married. Yeah, they're young, of course, they're young. But you know what? They got their shit together. They got their stuff figured out. And that's good. She's not pregnant. You ain't got to worry about that. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. He's marrying her because he loves her. He's not marrying her for any other reason. He's not marrying her because he's obligated or he has to or she's pregnant. None of those things. He's marrying out of love. That's what you want for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're young, but so what? They're out here making it on their own. It ain't like Alexis and Jordan are paying their way, because they're not. They pay for their own rent in their apartment. They're going to school, working their way through school and working. They're handling their business. They're going about things the right way. You should be proud of that as a parent. You know what I mean? Because that says a lot about how you raised them, that you did a great job. Not a good job. You did a great job. They both have careers that they're into, that they're not just out here trying to find jobs. No, they're trying to get into their career. That's amazing. You know what I mean? So why not support that? They're out here doing it. You know what I mean? On their own. I ship that. I don't see what Jordan's problem is. Like, she need to grow the hell up. Like, this is why I just say, I can't with Jordan. I can't. I cannot with her. Like, seriously. I just don't take her serious at all. That's why I'm glad Curtis was supportive. Because, come on now, TJ is a very smart kid. He knows what he wants. And it's not like Molly ever pressured him about marriage or nothing. She don't even know he planned on proposing. He's doing it because he wants to. And they've been together for some years now. Since high school, they've been together for years. So why not? They got their stuff together. I support it wholeheartedly. And I think Jordan needs to suck it up and get over it. He doesn't, obviously he's not thinking about no other girl. Molly is it for him. He's not thinking about nobody else. He don't want nobody else. Him and Molly are good together. So why not? I support it. So anyway, moving on from that. I'm sick of Jocelyn at this point. I'm tired of hearing about Oscar at this point. Her losing the watch Oscar got her or whatever. I really don't care. I don't care. I'm just tired of it. I was just happy to see Trina and Cameron. Cameron, I am happy that he apologized to Jason or whatever, for what he said and him being rude and acting an ass towards him. Because it really wasn't Jason's fault that the judge ruled in Franco's favor. That's not his fault, It just is what it is. But come on now, boy. Please tell me they are not about to start him drinking. This fool went up in there and snuck some of Sonny liquor. First of all, Sonny, Sonny needs a liquor cabinet with a key and a lock. Because you got teenagers running around that house. You got small kids in that house now. You're not living that bachelor life that you used to live. You know what I'm saying? Where you only get Michael and Morgan every other day or every other week or whatever. You got more kids in the house now. You need to lock the liquor up. You can't be having all that liquor out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Like Dev, especially with Sticky Finger Devs, Dev around there, stealing little nips and stuff, throwing it back. You got to put that liquor up. Because that's not good to have when you got teenagers and small babies running around that house. Even though Donna's a newborn, but still, you got Avery who's big enough to walk around and get into stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you put that liquor up. That's not cool. Carly should have been told him about that. You put that liquor up. Get a liquor cabinet. You got money. You can afford it. It's not expensive. Get one. So he's sitting up in there sneaking liquor, putting it in his soda bottle or whatever. I'm like, please tell me they're not going to have Cam getting, developing a drinking problem. Please. Because I think that's why he's starting to drink. To cope with what's going on in his life. And I hope he don't start. Liz need to get on top of this. Hopefully he's smart enough to pop a mint in his mouth before he go home. Because if Liz get the hint she get a little thing, to start detecting a little hint of liquor on his breath, it's a wrap. You need to get that boy into an AA meeting before it get out of control. I'm just saying, like, because you do not want him starting off on that path. All that drinking and no. Nope. Because then before you know it, Cameron gonna start turning into Brady Black from Days of Our Lives with all that drinking and doing drugs and shit. You do not want that. Before you know it, he gonna turn into a crackhead and your TV and shit gonna be missing. You don't want that. You better get that boy some help now, some good therapy. See, this is why I say Neil and Kevin gonna be making some money on this show. I'm just saying, they gonna be making hella coin. Like, you got Ava, you got everybody that got all these issues that need counseling. Woo! Can you imagine them billable hours? Getting $200 by the hour to help these fools? Please sign me up. I should get my license. But yeah, I like the costumes though. Like Trina and all them, they look good in their costume. But I really do hope they get Cameron some help. Bad. So anyway, moving on from that. Hayden and Finn. Hayden asking the stupid questions. Sitting there asking Finn, oh, do you want to be a part of Violet's life? Duh, didn't he already tell you that? Like, he has no intention of walking out on that girl. He wants to get to know his daughter. He's made that clear since day one, since he found out about her. He made that clear. He wants to be in her life. Like, Hayden need to chill out. Then when he asked her, like, if you could go back, like, do you regret anything? Like, if you go back, would you have told me? I don't know. Hayden getting on my damn nerves, and I love me some Hayden, but come on now. You have no reason to keep that child from him. Zero reason. No reason at all. I feel like she's doing it to be petty because he's in a relationship and he didn't come to your beck and call when you want him to come to Rome. Too bad. He didn't. You should have just started the conversation off and told him the truth about his daughter. He would have came, obviously. He didn't want to come because he thought that you were just trying to get back together with him or whatever. He just didn't want to go down that road again because he had moved on. That's what he thought it was about. So I can't blame him for that. At the end of the day, he needs to get to know his child and she need to back the hell off. Period. And Anna need to hurry up and get her ass back to Port Charles for stuff to get real. Because it's already getting real. You got a potential stepchild that you don't even know nothing about. Like, you need to get back to town. Now. ASAP. So now Elizabeth found out she got a little niece. I love their sisterly bond. Like, Elizabeth and Hayden relationship done came a long way. Because you remember when Hayden first came to town, her and Liz couldn't stand each other. And that was before they found out they was half-sisters. They hated each other, snarking at each other. Like, it was just a bunch of mess. But look how far they've come now. And that was just, 4 years ago? Like, they've come a long way since then. But I like it, though. They're being there for each other. And Liz could definitely help her out with the baby, too, It could be like the surrogate daughter that Liz never had. So, it works out. They can help each other. So anyway, Nina was getting on my nerves as usual. Sitting there telling Sasha, oh, if Cassandra goes free or whatever, I'm holding you responsible. Nina, shut your lips. Just put the shut to the up. Mute your mouth. It's supposed to be a party. Get over yourself. Stop bringing up the past. Yes, I called it the past, even though it happened a couple of weeks ago, but still, like, this is a party. Put everything to the side. I hate when people come to a party just to be disruptive. I hate that. Like, leave that shit at the door. You know what I'm saying? All your anger, all your issues with a person, leave it at the door. It's a party. Come to party, come to have fun, and shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come in the party with your drama because you're gonna kill the vibe. You're gonna kill everybody buzz. Don't do that. Deal with that after the party, the next day. That's when you deal with the shenanigans. Ava walking around with a damn gun. Her gun done fell out. Michael found it. Her gun done fell on the floor. Michael was like, what the hell you got a gun in here for? She was getting all defensive. Oh, I got a gun permit. I can have a gun. Which is true, but it's like, what do you need a gun at a Halloween costume party? Because, Ava, she feel like somebody watching her, somebody stalking her or whatever. So, she got to be armed at all times because she all shaky and shit. I love me some Ava, though. She need to stop all that drinking, though. Like, seriously, that's another one who need the Betty Ford Clinic. And stop all this foolishness. Too many damn alkies around here. So, of course, Valentine want to know, why Jackson, Laura, and everybody keep bitching about this Helena portrait and stuff, why it's so important. First of all, and I'm glad Laura told him it is important, because even though it's about the codicil, but still, it was bequeathed to Nicholas. And with Nicholas gone, technically it should have went to Spencer. And Nina chiming in, of course, oh, but Spencer never asked for the portrait or asked about the portrait. He ain't got to. He thought it was at Windermere the whole time. You know? He can ask for it whenever he want to. And you had no authority to throw it away. Period. But, you know, Valentine, of course, his mind gonna wonder, like, why do they really want the portrait and stuff? You know, he gonna start thinking. But see, that's why I always said that Laura and Jackson Curtis should never be having meetings all in public like that. Because then, you know, if he see all y'all together all the time, he gonna start to wonder. Because you know how his mind go. He get all suspicious and shit. And get all, you know, anxious about stuff. So you don't want to tip your hand with him. Because once you tip your hand with Valentine, he'll cover his tracks real quick. But the problem with Valentine is he doesn't cover his tracks very well. So that works in their favor. So anyway, Molly done found Alexis passed out on the couch. And of course, Molly started thinking she was drinking again, because she talking about she got a major headache and you passed out. But, you know, they get her to the hospital. Finn is, you know, checking in on her and stuff. You know, TJ comes to the hospital. And Finn, of course, wants to keep Alexis overnight. And she got a rash on her hand or her forearm or wherever. So they try and figure out what's wrong with her and stuff. Hopefully she put 2 and 2 together really quickly. Because it shouldn't take, you know, for a smart person, it shouldn't take you that long to figure out when you know, your timeline. When you got sick, who you were around when you got sick or started feeling sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't, like, what did you eat? What did you drink? You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't take you long to figure that out. It shouldn't take you long at all. Especially if they run a bunch of tests on you and stuff like that. It should be in your system. So you will know automatically what caused the poisoning. Like, that shouldn't take you long. But anyway, I enjoyed this episode, though. I really did. You know me, I love a good Halloween party. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Have a great day. Peace.